So I should clarify a couple things about the storm, since this is causing, like, people say you're not allowed to say that. No, I mean, I can say whatever I want. I mean, within reason. Nobody has a patent on the storm. The storm is God, okay? So I would say that if there's anybody that so that applies to everybody. But the storm I'm talking about is the tribulation you've always been in with the corrupt God. Like, this has just always been going on. So there's been a storm that's been against you for a long time, all of us. And they've done a good job at making you think it's all about living your best life. That's why Joel Osteen has so many people convinced that the Bible is all about, God wanting you to have your best life here on earth. No, where did God cast Lucifer out of and down to? Earth. Just go make your kingdom there. You're not welcome here anymore. So if this is where you want to have your best life, then you want to have it with Lucifer. Now, that doesn't mean you should just give up and all of that. No, but you have to just recognize the truth so that you would see the truth around you. And then what happened to Adam? Adam and Eve fell from grace. They fell from grace because they didn't want to follow the rules. So where did they fall from grace to? Into the wicked one's kingdom. And the rest is most people know. It's sin, your 7 deadly sins. That's what kills you. And what do you see the wicked doing? They're filled with gluttony. They're filled with greed. They're filled with envy and jealousy and everything that God warned not to let happen to you, but that would happen to you if you conform to this world. That's why that's why Jesus talked about people that have a lot of money, that have a lot of money won't make it, because they have conformed to this world. Not all of them, but so there's 2 kinds of storms. When Donald Trump said a storm is coming, I believe the storm he's talking about is the fall of the wicked. That's what I think. Because look at what's happened since he was in office, and since then, whether in office or not, but since his time in office. Chris Cuomo, his brother Cuomo, the governor, they're like dominoes. Feinstein is not going to run again. She's 90 years old. These people stay there forever. This spy balloon, there's enough people coming out saying this is all nonsense. You know what they're using the spy balloon for? They're going to use it as a way to take down TikTok. And why would they want to do that? It has nothing to do with China. It's nothing to do with it. It's because they don't want the average American speaking up. That's why. Because it's drowning out the narrative of the mainstream media, and they don't like that. The mainstream media is in bed with this big tech stuff. So they're going to use this, and I can see this coming too. Like, even though you see these Senate, these hearings going on and stuff, and some things being uncovered, they're talking about the stuff online done to kids, right? Which is a problem. But they'll use that as a way to take free speech from everybody too. That'll be the other way. As if there's no way to regulate it unless we take it away for everybody. Because all they have to do is, if you silence the American people, then you can put most people back into that mindset that they want to put you back into. And that's, you trust us on TV, you trust your government, we always have your best interest at heart. Well, Donald Trump was clear about these are people that don't have your best interest at heart, because they're globalists. They sold out for money. That's why the Bible is pertinent here, is because it proves the Bible in all these ways. Because these are Americans with foreign countries, but Americans, that's really what you should focus on, is all the Americans that sold out. They sold out. They sold out for money. They decided not to do the right thing, and that's what most people do. And we've all done that from time to time, because it's hard in this world to do the right thing. Not that it should be hard, but it comes with a cost. It does. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. You should. But that's part of, what your tribulation is about too, is that if you stand up for the right things, if you have enough courage to stand up for the right things, then you better expect that you're going to be knocked down. Nobody's going to have your back, because people are going to take care of themselves, because that's what this place is all about. And it doesn't mean all those people that do that are condemned either. it just means, like, just, you're not going to see the truth unless you want to see the truth. And I don't think people, I think that's why your intellectuals, so many of them, you know, they get so full of themselves and their education and become their own God. And then they think, oh, that God and Jesus stuff, it's just silly nonsense that children believe it. No, good luck with that. But that wicked one did a great job getting hold of the universities. He did. Because what university really believes in the Holy Bible? That really believes in it? Not many. Not many. That's why all these kids come out of there. They're atheists. They seem like they've digressed emotionally. And even if they're in some career position, they don't seem like balanced people. Something happens in the universities. I'm not saying that to say it. You watch how that all unfolds more and more, because all these people are from Harvard and Yale. So there's two storms that have been taking place. The one that's always been going on, that's been against this country from the time it was founded with the covenant with God. And then there's the one that Donald Trump was talking about, which is the downfall of the wicked. And that's been going on, well, I would say since he went into office, it was. I mean, Chris Cuomo's been on TV forever. Feinstein's been in the House forever. So was Nancy Pelosi, and suddenly they're just dropping like flies. I don't mean they're dying or anything like that, but they're giving up their power. I wonder why that is. Interesting. Just happens to be after Trump's presidency. Yeah. Remember, he said, I got all of them. I got the swamp. Okay, so he got the swamp. People think he just says stuff to say it. It's like, I think he knows that there's a bunch of people that are stupid enough to believe that. But I think that maybe given that his track record of success, it would be really stupid to disregard the things he says like that. So when he says he caught the swamp, he did. And that should be proven to you. Dianne Feinstein says she won't run for another term. She said that today. Nancy Pelosi, who's been in that House seat for 900 years, longer than our country. I'm just kidding when I say it. But she's been there forever. Okay, she's no longer there. Do you see what's happening? The Cuomos fell from grace. It's all the people falling from grace. Why? Because they haven't been doing good. So you don't think there's some deals being made? But with the guy that is best known to do deals, well, I think so. So that's my opinion. You can believe what you want. But long before Trump came into office, there's been a storm going on. But not the one Trump's talking about. The storm has always been against this country, and it's been because of the people that are Americans in this country. That military-industrial complex with the science. And under what they're protecting the most, I will guarantee this, what they're protecting the most is the science not being found out for how unethical they've been. So they'll throw there'll be a whole bunch of people that are going to be thrown under the bus, sacrificed, basically, all to protect the science. That's what they're going to want to do, because that's their last stronghold, right? Or stronghold, because everybody's trusted the science. That's why I said you shouldn't trust them. There's enough evidence not to. Okay? There should have been enough evidence after Tuskegee. But there's been other things since then. So if that's not enough for you, then that's not being fully awake, and you're not. Unless you're fully awake, you can't use common sense. And as far as your intellectuals and all those people in the science, they can write a good paper and sound really good on the news and put on a nice suit, but they're still a scumbag, okay? Because of what they've been doing, and because they don't have a moral compass, they don't care what they do. They just have to make you believe it.